Hey everyone, I trust you're doing so well. I'm coming to you today with the first in a series of makeup tutorials targeted more towards Indian and Pakistani brides, more of a step-by-step sort of set of tutorials with my tips for applying makeup for your big day. This doesn't have to be restricted to that cultural group. I mean, really anything that any information that I provide, if you would find it useful, I am more than happy to share with you. If you have any questions during the course of this series or at all, just please feel free to send me a message or leave a comment below. Anyways, this, as you can see, is a very sort of flat finish. I haven't contoured or anything. It is simply my foundation routine that I use on a lot of my brides. My philosophy is I want to make you look as natural as possible while evening out the skin tone. So I'm not one to pile on makeup. I'm very minimalistic with it. I mean, of course, if there are more blemishes or scars or, you know, anything like that, pigmentation issues, it will require more coverage. But again, my philosophy is try to cover up using as little as possible and to make your skin really look almost perfected without caking on too much so that you look good in photos and even in person you don't look like you're a porcelain doll. Anyways, with that being said, please stay tuned for how to achieve this foundation look. Before starting with any makeup, make sure your canvas is clean and moisturized. That includes lips and face. I also put in a couple of eye drops to look more awake for the big day. Next, you're going to want to prime, and this includes eyelids and face and neck. For the eyelids, I use my product of choice, which is Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I apply this under the eyes as well to help any products that I'm applying in those areas to stick and prolong the wear of those products. Same goes for the face. The primer will smooth the surface of your skin, allow the foundation to be more blendable, and somewhat prolong the wear of the products that you're putting on your face. In this case, I am applying Too Faced Hangover Foundation Primer. You don't want to put too much, just one pump is good enough for the entire face. Dot it on and gently massage it into your skin. Sometimes you'll find people only put it in their T-zone, but because this is wedding makeup, I will apply it all over the face and neck. Blend it down towards the neck. If you have any discoloration on your skin, you'll want to color correct in order to even out the skin tone before applying any foundation. For the type of discoloration that I have, which is a darker brown, sort of grayish undertone, orange is great at counteracting that discoloration. Once I've applied it on the skin, what I use is a larger concealer brush to slightly buff the color out and blend it out. You'll see I'm using more patting motions as opposed to swiping motions so as not to lose any of the product that I've applied on my skin. Once this is complete, you'll see that the overall appearance of my skin is somewhat more even than it was prior to the color correction. If you're fairer than I am, you might want to use a more salmon colored concealer. It'll do the trick just as well. I've got a few favorite foundations, but the choice today is Makeup Forever's Matte Velvet Plus. It is oil free and it's medium to full coverage, and I love the finish on it. Also, I usually stipple the foundation on so as to avoid picking up any dry skin and making the skin look flaky. Stippling the foundation on actually helps prevent that from happening. So I just, oops, let me get rid of my nose ring. I'm back. Let's continue. I will just dot the foundation all over the face first and then continue stippling until I have the coverage that I want. This particular color is one that I usually wear when I'm slightly more tanned, so you'll see that it doesn't match my skin perfectly, but it does get the job done, and I'm using this just for demonstration purposes so you can see the finish of the product. Matte Velvet Plus is a beautiful foundation. Because it's oil free, it kind of prevents my skin from looking more oily, but it doesn't have a fully matte finish. It almost looks satiny, if you will. It is quite beautiful. Once I have the foundation in place, you can see that now I'm starting to buff it a little bit more, but I'm doing it very softly on my skin. What I really like about this buffing motion, it's very gentle and it helps blend the product out to make it have a very skin-like finish. Yes, so I really do emphasize those softly buff it, because if you do have dry patches, you don't want to pick up those dry flakes on your face. If your intention is to build coverage once you've completed this step, go ahead and repeat by adding small amounts of foundation to the areas that you want to cover even more. At this point, I'd really like to take the opportunity to mention that Wedding Makeup Wednesdays series is done in conjunction with DesiWeds.com. They've set out to be the most trusted resource online for those planning a South Asian wedding, connecting brides with everything they need. I feel very lucky to be working with this lovely company, and we'll place more information regarding where you can find them online at the end of the video. I always apply concealer after applying foundation so as to maximize the use of the product without using too much. To start out, I'm using MAC Prolong Wear Concealer in NC45 to conceal any of the remaining dark spots that I can see on the skin that need more coverage. Using a smaller fluffy brush, I dot the product onto those areas, and then I pick a larger dual fiber brush to gently stipple and blend the product out so as to make it look seamless between the concealer and the foundation. With the Prolong Wear Concealer, which is one of my favorites, as you all probably know by now if you've been following me. If not, welcome to my world. I live on this concealer. It is amazeballs. Anyways, because it dries pretty quickly, I have to work in small areas at a time. And that's why I did the chin first, and then I work on the rest of the face. You can build coverage on this by adding more just to blend out as necessary. Now for under the eyes, because I want to highlight that area a little bit, I take a little bit of a shade lighter, in this case it's NC42, and mix it in with the NC45 using the smaller fluffy brush. I place the product in the areas that I want to cover most, which, as you can see on me, I've got dark circles and bags, so I tilt my face downwards a little bit and follow the line of the bags. And then I take a dual fibered stippling brush and blend the product out towards the temple, kind of following the line of my lower lash line. This is going to extend that highlight a little bit more and not give you that raccoon-eyed look that you often find on people when they've only concentrated the lighter colored concealer just under the eye. Now that all that is completed, I want to blend all these products seamlessly together. First, taking a blending sponge and spraying Max Fix Plus, and very lightly, just a couple sprays, and then I will lightly dab the sponge over everything that I've placed on my face. What this is going to do is help absorb any excess product and blend the products out even more. Now, to set your foundation and concealer, you're going to want to use a powder and a large fluffy brush. In this case, I've chosen to use MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in medium dark. I dotted the product all over the skin and am now blending the product out in light circular motions. I used to just pat the product on and dust it off, but recently I saw a video by Wayne Goss makeup artist on YouTube, showing this new buffing motion which helps make the foundation look just like your skin without looking too cakey. Don't forget to buff and blend along your jawline towards your neck so as to diminish any harsh lines of demarcation between the foundation and your regular skin. Here's the finished product. Alright, and with the foundation set, I'm completed the first in my series of how to sort of step-by-step instructions on makeup suggestions that I have and tips for brides. This specific series is targeted more towards the styles that I'll be using is targeted more to Pakistani and Indian brides, but I mean really you can use the techniques for yourself as well. It doesn't have to be restricted to that certain cultural group. With that being said, as you can see, it's a very flat finish that you see. That's because I haven't contoured or highlighted or put anything else on. That will all be saved for another video. Anyways, with all of that being said, I'm complete for today. Please stay tuned for plenty more and have a fabulous day. As I mentioned earlier, this video and this series is brought to you in partnership with DaisyWeds.com. Be sure to check out their website and follow them on Facebook. As always, thank you so much for your continued support of Beauty by Deepti online and for watching me on YouTube. It makes me happier than you will ever know. Until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye.